What's it like to go to work in the Texas State House?
Was it Truman that said, if you want a friend, go buy a dog?
Yeah.
It's kind of like what it's like. And it's hard, it's difficult. And so I've been blessed in that I don't go there alone. I don't live alone. I don't go anywhere alone. They'll destroy you if you live alone. They'll accuse you of everything and anything. I lived this past session with Nate Shastline. Nate's a...
Wait. Back up just for 1 sec.
Sure.
What do you mean if you live alone? So your session is how long is the session?
We're in session for 5 months every 2 years.
Right.
January through May, and then specials.
So you live north of Houston, but you have to go down to Austin for the session.
You got to live there.
You got to live there. If you live alone, why does it matter if you live alone?
Oh, they'll accuse you of something, or they'll set you up with something.
Weird sex stuff.
Yep.
For real?
For real. And I'm convinced that's how a lot of guys have gotten into trouble. Individuals that I know that came there with the best intentions to do the right thing and now are just part of the problem.
Are you serious?
Completely.
Of course you are. Yeah. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. Also, it's not wise for a man to live alone for 5 months. I mean,
it's not. It's just it's stupid.
It is stupid. I totally agree with that. Let's stop lying.
Yeah.
About the way men are. Wow, is that widely known?
Oh, I think it is. Yeah. I mean, there's there's a lot of gossip and stuff, but and I feel badly because I feel like there are some really good people that get accused of it where it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel badly for them, but that's what you sign up for when you go to Texas House.
But it's a means of control. It's a leash that someone is yanking to keep people in line.
Yep, completely.
And so you think there are people who arrived with the intent of doing good, joining the swamp, representing their constituents, who were caught up in some sort of immoral behavior, and that has been used as leverage against them?
Yeah. Yes, I believe that completely.
Really?
I make a point of just, I don't, if I go to an event, I don't drink. I quit drinking back in 2019. It didn't serve me.
Yes.
It doesn't do anything for you. My wife and I would have a glass of wine or two at dinner, but I just completely gave it up.
Oh, you weren't like a slobbering drunk. You just...
No. I'm a cheap date.
Yeah.
So but I never wanted to be seen with beer or wine in my hand. It doesn't serve you at all in any way, shape, or form.
I agree completely. Strongly. Yeah. Good for you. So, but when you showed up in Austin for your first session, you were aware that you could be subverted.
I don't think I was as aware then. You'd heard about stuff. Is that really true? That can't be true. These guys are really good. They're Republicans. They wouldn't do that. I was completely naive when I first came in. Like 40 of us showed up. We had this group called the No Name Group. We're like, they're going to be so happy that we're here. They're going to love us.
Otis, he loves us.
They're going to love us because we're fighting Republicans. They're going to love us. No. They scorned us.
Really? They being the Republicans who were already there?
Yeah. Yeah. And then no time flat. In fact, I can remember one of them said, we were called for such a time as this, quoting Esther, the book of Esther.
Of course.
And the reason why they hate us now, this is what one of them said. The reason why they hate us is because we remind them of what they used to be. And I look at most of those guys that said that and shook their head like I am and say, yeah, and that's who you are now. You've turned. You're not with us anymore.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2013. When I came in 2013, served for 2 years, and then I left for 4 years. And then I came back in 2019.
But the guys who stayed?
Most all of them went bad.
Really? So did you know that before the current generation, chips and fries were cooked in natural fats like beef tallow? That's how things used to be done, and that's why people looked a little slimmer at the time and ate better than they do now. Well, Masa Chips is bringing that all back. They've created a tortilla chip that's not only delicious, it's made with just 3 simple ingredients. A, organic corn. B, sea salt. C, 100% grass-fed beef tallow. That's all that's in it. These are not your average chips. Masa Chips are crunchier, more flavorful, even sturdier. They don't break in your guacamole. And because of the quality ingredients, they are way more filling and nourishing, so you don't have to eat 4 bags of them. You can eat just a single bag, as I do. It's a totally different experience. It's light, it's clean, it's genuinely satisfying. I have a garage full, and I can tell you they're great. The lime flavor is particularly good. We have a hard time putting those down. So if you want to give it a try, go to Masa Chips, M-A-S-A, chips.com/Tucker. Use the code Tucker for 25% off your first order. That's masachips.com/Tucker. Use the code Tucker for 25% off your first order. Prefer to shop in person? In October, Masa is going to be available at your local Sprouts supermarket. So stop by and pick up a bag before we eat them all. And we eat a lot. So what, apart from sexual blackmail, which you've said is real and I believe you, what are the other means by which good people become bad people?
You want to be effective, don't you? Yes. Tucker, you're here to serve your district. You want to be effective, don't you? Well, you're going to be in the penalty box if you don't become part of the speaker's team. And if you're in the penalty box, you can't pass any legislation. And I'm kind of an outlier in that I get really lucky. Like I passed some legislation. As an example, I picked up a bill to take on critical race theory. And no one had even heard of it when I carried the bill. And then a guy by the name of Dick Weekly from Texans for Lawsuit Reform heard about my bill. And Dick's daughter is a passionate follower of Christ, Allison.
Dick is a good man.
He got behind my bill.
Yeah.
And by God's grace, and I carried that bill in the 87th session. We passed it into law. It was the best one in the United States. And so, I got that done. And it's like, I came home and I said to Babette, I said, we didn't sell out. God proved to me that he could still use me and I didn't have to sell out to do it. And it made me more passionate that with God, there's a way to get things done and he can still use you. You don't have to sell your soul to these people. These people are evil. They don't want to do the right thing. They're not concerned about doing the right thing. They're just concerned about holding on to power.
But it's interesting that they say right to you, you want to be effective. So they appeal really to your best instincts because any good man wants to be effective, of course. So they don't come to you and say, hey, I've got like hookers and cash for you. They say, no, we can help you be the person you want to be.
Right. You want to be effective, don't you?
Yeah.
In fact, a couple people that were going to vote with us left us at the last, like one guy, he left, he was going to vote for David Cook. And he came in with me as a freshman.
David Cook for speaker.
For speaker. And the last second he switched over and voted for Burroughs. I said, why'd you do that? I mean, I knew. And he said...
He voted with the Democrats.
Yeah. I wanted to be effective for my district. And he ended up getting a committee chairmanship, which these guys love getting committee chairmanships. They love being called chairman. Outside their office, it says Steve Toth, House District 15, and it shows the committees that you serve on. Well, for those guys, it's chairman. That's like a big deal. And these guys love, the being called chairman in the Texas House. It's just, it's just such an ego boost.
Do they end up getting anything done once they make that deal?
No, you pass some legislation, but you sell a little bit of your soul in the midst of it. It's a transaction. And
then you just become with time more corrupt once you've been corrupted.
It's such a slow, Tucker, it's such a slow process. For some guys, it happens a lot quicker than others, but it's a slow process where you just lose your soul.
God, that's so dark.
Yeah.
Does anyone ever come back?
No. I can't ever think of a time when I've seen somebody that's gone over and said, wow, I blew it. I mean, I've seen guys that have had a bad vote that have come back next session and said, gosh, that was a stupid vote. I was part of their team, but they hadn't sold their soul. They made a bad vote. And then they come back the next session. Yeah, I've seen that, but none that have fully gone over, become chairman and lost their soul and come back. No.
Have you ever seen a really honest man of integrity get rewarded for that, become chairman of a committee?
No, we're not. They want you to become, they absolutely want you to go there and lose your sense of conviction, your holy discontent that you come there with to change. They don't want you to change anything. Your desire to change is what puts them in jeopardy of losing their authority and their power.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. We hope you'll subscribe to it. And by the way, you can hit the little bell on there and get notifications every time we produce a video. We hope you'll do that also.